Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for joining in for another podcast today. Today, I have the lovely Odette from Odette Photo Art, and we're going to be talking about her photography business and what it's been doing and why branding and brand photography is so essential for your business. Thank you so much for hopping on today.
I'm very excited. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So, I want you to start at the beginning and I want you to tell a little bit about yourself. I want you to tell your backstory. How did you land in photography?
Well, I'm from Cuba and I was a teacher of English for 9 years at a university in Havana. But 8+ years ago, I came to the United States and then I decided I did not want to teach anymore and that I wanted, to create a new path. And I've always loved photography. I had a blog, like a very popular blog at the university, and it was about photography. And I decided one day that I wanted you know to work on that path. And I bought my first camera, my first professional camera, because I had cameras before. And it began as a hobby, just taking photos of my friends kids and during the weekends. And then over time it became more of a passion and a part-time job. And well, I decided that I wanted to go, like full speed on it. And in 2017, I became Odette Photo Art. And at first, I was like a family photographer, but over time in 2020, like no one was hiring me for family photos because we
Mhm.
had COVID and it was a difficult time for everybody. And I decided to try brand photography, product photography. And it was really interesting because for a business, it's an investment on their digital footprint, and that's what people see. So it
Mhm.
has been like growing, and it's very rewarding to see when you go to a website and you see your photos on the website and you know that you're a very important part of the brand, like the image, and they're making money because of that image they're creating. Is like really
Mhm.
rewarding.
Okay, I hear you speaking about, starting it and it's going well. And I know you're being a little bit modest. Can you tell us about some of the brand shoots that you've done, like super exciting ones? Are you free to name drop any?
Well, I have worked this last year especially. I've been really uh, lucky and blessed that like my SEO is working, and I've worked with like the CEO of the Mom Project, Alison Robinson, an incredible woman and mother, and that was really interesting because that day I could combine my passion for brand photography and family photography. So that was real
Nice.
interesting. And then I also worked with Jen Fisher. She's the chief well-being officer of Deloitte,
Mm-hmm.
and she has like a very important presence and everything that relates to well-being in the workplace and also like for ourselves. So it was really interesting, and I have learned so much with her. And my last session of last year was with Blair Bloomstone, and she's creating this amazing brand that's called Leader Uplifted, that I think is going to be doing great things in the leadership world.
Awesome, awesome. And I think it's really important to put those names out there so that we can let our listeners know that, every business owner should have brand photos done and the importance of having brand photos, right? And these are some really powerful women in the space doing big things. And can you share some of where you see some of your work being used?
Well, on their website, social media, and also for conferences, magazine features. And well, the thing is that for a brand, it's important to be like well established. And when
Mm-hmm.
you have professional photos that you can like every like marketing material that you can use, that really helps, because people like to buy and work with people they know, like, and trust.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important that people know the person behind the brand.
Right. Right. And some of our listeners are new to entrepreneurship, right? So they do not get or they haven't gotten yet the importance of establishing a brand and why it's so important to establish a brand and why it matters, why, for people to know, like, and trust you, you know, and being able to see that photo being used in the same place and being professional, of course, makes a huge difference.
Yes, like sometimes people think that a cell phone will do the same job, but in the end, it's not the same. I mean, it helps because people also like the authenticity, that it's not so curated and that everything has to be perfect for the camera. But for instance, in my brand sessions, it's not about posing for the camera. It's about showing like the real person, like
Behind.
authentically. Yeah, the
Mhm.
person, like the real person. It's a process, but when you enjoy the session and you're in the middle of talking and then learning about the brand and the person, like the real personality comes out, and that's so beautiful to witness.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I heard earlier you're saying that you're now incorporating both the family and the business. So basically, busy entrepreneurs have the opportunity to be able to combine both on the same at the same time, right?
Yeah, that was like serendipity. I discovered that actually during my session with Alison Robinson, the CEO of the Mom Project.
Mhm,
We did family sessions and we did photos for her brand.
mhm,
And it came to me. I was like, what if you have one day that you can do every kind of photos that you need, like for the whole year? You
mhm,
can get photos for your brand, you can get photos for your family, portraits, couple photos. I mean, you name it. Like the sky is the limit. You can do like so many great things. And I was like, this is interesting. And I would be able to incorporate my two passions, because I really love family photography,
mhm,
and incorporating that in brand photography that I'm so passionate about. I think it would
mhm.
be like perfect.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm happy and I look forward to seeing more of that stuff on your site. Now, I want to get into how you are able to get your name out there. Like, what have you been doing? And if you were starting up, what kind of advice would you give a newbie to the entrepreneurship space?
Well, for me, what was the most important thing was working on my SEO and blogging. I've been doing that since 2020, and Google shows me for brand photography. And I think that's really important because that's mostly what I do. So I would tell people to work on their blogs and
Hmm.
to use keywords like smartly. And I
Hmm.
also tell them something that I have failed to do since the beginning is to, I would say, to work on the email list since day one.
Hmm.
Since before they start, they should be working on their email list and
Hmm.
working on a newsletter and providing value for people every day.
Hmm. Hmm. I absolutely agree with you. Well, I am like pro getting it done and on your email list and get it out there. But I 100% agree. Um, were there any mentors that you had along the way to help you transition from teaching to photography?
I have found like interesting Facebook groups, and for photographers, I found like Sue Bryce and also Ben. He has like a really good podcast that is called Six Figure Photography Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So those are like some of the mentors that I follow. Also Stephen Hill, uh, they share a lot, like they provide a lot of value for photographers, and not only the art aspect of it, but also the business part, because
Mm-hmm.
being good at what you do, you already have the skills, but
Mm-hmm.
being good at that doesn't mean that you can live of it and you can make profit out of it. So like having having the systems, like the business part, is really important, especially
Mm-hmm.
for like very small businesses like mine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, systems are essential, and definitely, I know we've spoken about mentorship before on this program, and we definitely encourage anyone to get a mentor, whether it be a book, a
Yeah.
podcast, an actual person. Always find mentorship to
Yes,
be.
absolutely. That's an investment. I recently invested on Ben Hartley's mentorship program
Hmm.
and like a course on the business side, and I have no regrets. Like best investment. So
Nice.
definitely mentorship is really important.
Mm-hmm. 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 I agree with you. I agree. And what are some of your long-term goals, like as an entrepreneur, and also as a photographer?
That's such an interesting question. Well, of course, I want my business to grow because when you grow as a business, you can help more people.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I want to help as many people as I can, like to grow their businesses, because that
Right.
way, like working on helping them build their legacy on their businesses, I'm helping build my business and my legacy because my portraits will be there forever.
Right.
So that for me that's really important. But yeah, I want to grow as a business and also as a person. I like to study all the time, like
Mm-hmm.
knowledge and learning is a lifelong process. So I want to I think I want to work a little bit more on the business side and like to how to provide more value on that aspect, and
Mm-hmm.
that way I can also help like the people I photograph for their business. I can also help them in other aspects of their business. So
Mm-hmm.
i would
Mm-hmm.
love to i would love to also provide that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I do believe in the community that we have in terms of just being able to help each other grow and offer ideas. And I think it's so important for everyone to have community, because you
Yes.
need a community of people in order to grow. And a lot of business owners think that they can do it by themselves.
No.
You can't grow and scale by yourself. You need community, you need friendships, you need partnerships, you know.
I agree. I also believe like I'm also really big on community over competition, even because like different businesses like ours
Hmm.
can combine and
Hmm.
partner up really well. But
Hmm.
sometimes when you have there's another business that does a similar thing, even that like there are clients for everybody. Will have like different offerings, different
Hmm.
values, different ways of doing things. So
Hmm.
even if we're doing the same thing, like even another photographer, I don't see any photographer as competition. I
Hmm.
see them like we do different things. So definitely, that's we help each other and that's how we grow. We rise by
Exactly.
lifting others, that's a saying.
Love that,
I
love
love
that.
that one. Yeah. I think that one made me get into brand photography.
Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. And I
Yeah.
always love your personality. Like, you're so, for people that haven't met you yet, you're such a light, like light energy, just pure positivity. I just love that.
Oh, thank you. Likewise.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, is there anything that you want my listeners to know about you, or anything coming up?
Well, right now I'm working on a lot of like new changes on my business. I want to pivot and work mostly with brands,
Hmm.
and I want to start offering like advice how to build a brand, how to prepare for like a photo shoot, how to grow your business, like self improvement and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
if they want to check my Instagram or my blog, they're mostly welcome. I You can add it's an Instagram. They can find me as Odette Photo Art,
Hmm.
and that's like my website, LinkedIn, Instagram is the same user.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, I just want to thank you so much for coming on today and sharing about what you do, what makes you special. I love it.
Well, thank you so much for having me. This is the first. I'm really excited and grateful. Appreciate it.
Listen, first of many, okay? First of many.
Thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no, love to have you. All right. Thank you.